Captain's Log, Stardate 9-412-3.5. This is Captain Michael T. Danger of the Starship Agamoto, a Federation CSI Unit. We've received an automated distress signal from Deep Space Outpost 12, though no response to our hails followed. As we approached the system, long-range sensors showed us why. Not only has Outpost 12 been destroyed, the moon it orbited is now a molten graveyard, a sprawling debris field of cooling magma and fragmented rock. The tectonic forces that once shaped its surface reveal themselves in the fiery streaks of molten material still radiating heat into space. This isn't just a shattered rock. This was an active, geologically vibrant world, its molten heart now exposed and extinguished in the cold void. A starship destroyed is a calamity for the history books. 1,000 of the best and brightest lives are gone. This was no mere starship. Millions of lives on that moon and the future starbase have been snuffed out in an instant. No signs of survivors so far. The question remains, what monster would think to do this? Even the Borg ultimately value and utilize life. All engines stopped. We're dead in space now, 2 Earth astronomical units from the attack site. This happened less than 10 minutes ago, and we are 16 light minutes away. We will wait for the light, the X-rays, the radio waves to reach us. I have ordered the crew to prepare what we'll call the Big Eye, a large interferometry telescope array, using the Starship, all our probes, and 20 shuttlecrafts. It takes time for light to reach our eyes. We always view the past. On Earth, we see the moon 1.28 seconds ago. We see the sun 8.3 minutes ago. Our long-range sensors and subspace messages are all 916 times faster than light. Using them, we can't see more than 2.18 seconds into the past from this distance. We'll wait here with optical cameras and radio telescopes for the original light from the attack to reach us, and we will gather all the data from the past as it naturally arrives. We want to look into the past and see what happened minutes ago. We need an old-fashioned telescope that uses light and radio waves. By positioning probes and shuttles across this system, we will create a virtual aperture far larger than this system's sun, wider than the orbit of its 4th planet. We hope to reconstruct the event in 3 dimensions by observing light, radio, and X-rays emitted moments before and during the attack. If this works, we'll have eyes on the past, a record of the perpetrators and their methods. Captain's Log, Stardate 9-412-3.7. Deployment of the Eye of Agamotto is complete. At warp speed, our shuttles have been deployed by computer to perfectly aligned positions, creating an array larger than the orbit of the 4th planet. To capitalize on this, I've sent a subspace message to all vessels within a 2 light-hour radius, requesting that they stop and conduct sector-wide scans using standard non-FTL sensors. We're calling on everyone to contribute to this effort, pooling data to piece together the attacker's origination and intent. Even without this array, we're hearing local radio signals containing the screams of our recently murdered crewmen as they stream in. It's disheartening. We're hearing it live, but they're already dead. Captain's Log, Stardate 94123.8. The response to our subspace call has been encouraging. Scores of vessels, science, military, and civilian alike, have joined the effort. The virtual eye is unimaginably large, covering hours. Early reports indicate the attackers originated from a distant system in the Zarek Nebula. The 3D reconstruction continues to sharpen, and it's now clear that at least 3 vessels were involved, each armed with highly advanced weaponry. It appears they emerged from a nearly perfect hyperspace conduit, a galaxy-spanning mode of travel once thought theoretical, dangerous, and impractical compared to warp drive. The question looms larger than ever. What drove them to obliterate the outpost? And will they strike again? Captain's log, stardate 94124.2. The reconstruction of the attack is now nearly complete. The details are haunting. The attackers left no room for negotiation, no chance of survival. They call me Danger Mike, and I'm certainly embarking on a dangerous mission. We've been rapidly outfitted at Starbase 24 with 4,000 stealth-guided photon torpedoes, an unprecedented armament for a Federation starship. As we prepare for the possibility of engaging this enemy, I only hope that you don't end up using the Big Eye to resolve whatever might happen to this ship and this crew as we face this massive new threat. I am now submitting to Starfleet a detailed image of this new menace. We have never seen a threat like this before. Captain Michael Danger out.
This fictional event was one way that Star Trek logistics could use today's technology to resolve an object as small as a car from many light years away. Without any time travel involved, they can use warp speed to outrun the light and other electromagnetic waves racing away from an event at a better line of sight angle and scan it with new technology, properly calibrated. For instance, Captain Kirk, in the episode called Arena, could have proven to the Metrons that the Gorn destroyed the colony on Cestus 3 without having to battle the Gorn. Less exciting, I know. They wouldn't necessarily even require a device as precise as the JWST. They can experience a recent or even an old supernova, ready with all sensors focused to capture the entire event. They could keep using warp speed to keep looking back farther into the past without actual time travel. Today, we absolutely could not quickly create an array of telescopes as wide as a star system, but with warp speed, it would be a snap. We could, however, create a big eye as large as the Earth's orbit easily over the course of 1 year of deployments. The next Cinema Science video will cover two topics. First, how NASA, with today's technology, can deploy a big eye and create a virtual lens 214 times wider than our Sun. This is with today's technology. It would be a lens crisp enough to resolve a space station orbiting a planet in another star system, or even detect land masses and city lights. We could have images of alien planets within 10 years. That is if we still had a tack space worthy of an Apollo-sized mission. I will also explore exactly how I would employ a warp-based telescope array if I were the head of star cartography in Starfleet. Thank you for watching, and please like, subscribe, and share.